What's going on, everybody? Trev2323 here again. Thanks for following me along and subscribing and everything. I really appreciate it. One of my things, if you're a subscriber, I'm going from my tilapia hobby, where I do a lot of stuff with tilapia, to my boating hobby. Now, I've been doing that a lot. But I wanted to ask you, what do you think about my tilapia hobby? And I plan on selling some of my stuff for my tilapia. So what do you think a fair price would be for it? I'll probably put it up for sale next week. But if you could think what a fair price is, let's go through my tilapia hobby and I'll show you what it started out as and what it grew to be. All right. Okay, many moons ago, really about 2 years ago maybe, I started out with this little tank here. I don't know if it's blurry from the camera or what, but this little tank right here, this little 20-gallon tank, is what I started out with 3 tilapia, 3 or 5 tilapia, and they were like about this big when I got them. And I thought I was king of the world with tilapia. And then from this one, I actually got a 20 long, but one of my meathead family members broke it because I went ahead and separated the tilapia because they started fighting so bad in this little one that I actually separated the females and the males. Well, what I thought would be the female and males, but they were still too small to tell. Okay, so from this tank right here, it grew. And when I say it grew to my 55-gallon tank. I got a lot of algae in here. I took off my plecostomus right here. But the hobby that I started with the other tank, I believe it or not, I believed in the secret, and I was thinking, man, I wish I really had a 55-gallon tank. I had one before, and I let one of my friends borrow it. I says, you know what, you could borrow it, but when you're done with it or when you're bored with it, I just want it back. Of course, he got rid of it. So I found a junk man driving down the street, and I asked him, how much for that tank? He said, give me 20 bucks. But it didn't have the tops to it, so I put the tops on it. But then in here, I ordered some tilapia off the internet from Ohio or Iowa, I think it was. So I got tilapia from Ohio. There were like 15 of them. The guy sent 25. Some of them died. And I wound up with about 15 of them. And they were blue tilapia from Ohio or Iowa or something like that. Now, the other ones I got from a guy in Glenview, Glenelg, Illinois. And those are the Mozambique blue tilapia. And he got his from New York. So there was tilapia from New York and Iowa or something like that. But this right here has no tilapia. That's marble crayfish now. And from that, let me show you what it grew to. Well, I figure it was summer outside here in Chicago. So let me put my tilapia outside. Well, this is empty now. You see stuff growing in it. But that's about 140 gallons maybe. It was a waterfall. And after this, right at the time I got this, I actually got a hold of that right there. And that's about 320 gallons. So what I did is I put the big tilapia in that one right here. And I had the little tilapia in this one right here. Now I started putting this one together right now. I do got an air pump in it, a water pump. And it is bubbling right now. There's no filter in it, and there's actually fish living in it. You're not going to be able to see them because this was painted black last year, and with that painted black, it slowed the algae, not stopped it. So right now there's fish living in there. It's kind of got a lot of algae in it right now. And what I was actually going to do was turn this right here, put a U on this right here, and make it come down into this. And this was one of my old kind of filters right here. Let the airlift water pump go in here so it could just overflow into there. But I don't know. Well, either way, this is one of the things I'm selling right here. A lot of people that have blue tilapia, they try to get their hands on these. The one good thing about this one right here is I got brand new. There was no chemicals, no anything else in it, because stuff is in the plastic, absorbs in plastic. This was brand new when I got this. So that right there, you could pick one of those up for like $300 or something like that. But I got it for a decent price, believe me. And so this was brand new. They got the valve on the bottom where if I wanted to drain it. This right here is when I sell all my tilapia, I want to have them in here. So then this way, whoever takes it, it's going to be a long process because I'm going to have to drain this into my other pond. And well, I'll get back to that right there, seeing that I already let a little trick out there. Okay, but in this right now, there's probably about 6 tilapia, 2 goldfish, and 2 koi live inside of there. And because it was still kind of chilly over here, I just put a couple tilapia in there to see if they would live through the winter. But yeah, they're living fine right there. I was gonna do the filter system and all this, but I didn't even get my pond going yet, so I'm gonna get rid of my tilapia. But let me show you what it grew to from here. Okay, so now I'm in my house, and this is what it grew to, and actually you're gonna see tilapia now. But my tilapia got big on the outside over the summertime, but in the wintertime in Chicago it's too cold to keep them out there. So what was I gonna do with my tilapia? Well, here's my tilapia. There's some koi in there, and there's some big guy tilapia in there. Look at that. There's some pretty big size tilapia. Out of this tilapia, I'm going to keep 2 or 3 of the big ones, and I want to get rid of the rest of them. I'm keeping my koi. There's some koi in there. 2 koi. I'm keeping the 2 koi, 3 of the big tilapia, and my plecostomus. I do have a plecostomus somewhere in there. But I am getting rid of the biological filter with it. That's a biofilter that I made. And this right here, I got to drain with a plug coming out. Because this right here, you could actually drain the bottom of this with all the black smelly sediment like once a week. There's a hole cut in the top right here because the big tote on the outside used to overflow into the top of this, and then this right here would overflow into my waterfall, and then that'll go into the pond, and then my pump will pump it back in here. There's a big circulation, but I have all kind of media in there for the filtrations of it. So this right here is going to go also. I'm probably going to let the pool liner go. This is just the pool liner, but I built the frame myself. If somebody wants the frame, they could have the frame along with it. But there's going to be, I'd venture to say, count all those tilapia, maybe 20 or 30. I'd venture to say, maybe 20. About 20 tilapia in here also. Now with this right here, realistically, if you put these tilapia in a big enough space and you have a heater to keep it about 78 degrees and aeration, you'll have about 200 to 300 babies right off the bat within, you know, the first month or two. But my big pump and my heater is staying with me, but the little pump can go. It don't filter as fast. See this overflows right here? The little pump won't overflow as fast. But then this is what my hobby grew to right here. But now I got one other thing why I'm ending this hobby. We can walk this way right here. And I know it's getting dark, but I'm about to turn the light on. This is my ending of my hobby. I just picked up a 125 gallon tank right now. I got a steal on that tank. A 125 gallon tank I just picked up for $135 for the tank and the stand. So I'm going to keep my 3 big tilapia in here and 2 koi, and that's the end of my tilapia hobby, my tilapia venture. So like I said before, I'm going to put the pictures up of what's included in the tilapia sale. I'm going to put my biological filter, my biofilter with the small pump, the heater staying with me, so my biological filter with the media, with everything already in there, my small pump right here, the pond liner, and this is actually this is a door right here, and that's just a 2x4 knee wall. They're screwed together, so I can even take that apart and send that with this. So you got this right here, and then the big tote on the outside is also going to go with it. Oh, look at it. I'm going to do that again. Okay, well, the big tote on the outside, that's the most expensive part. And the good part about that is that it's nothing was in it except fish. Fish are the only thing that was in it. There's no chemicals, no nothing in it. So my whole thing with that is I would drain some of that water into here, or not even have to drain some of that water into here. I could empty that whole one out, completely out there. 2 people lifting into the back of a truck. Okay, now this is going to be the lengthy part. With my big pump right here, I'll pump this water into the tote in the truck, and we can move the fish from here into the tote, take the tote a quarter away with water, take it to wherever we want to take it to. So what do you think would be a fair price for me for the tote, the overflow, and this little pond liner right here with about I venture to say, like I said, maybe 20 or 30 tilapia? I mean, I'm not going to be insulted unless you curse or whatever, but yeah, I just want to know what you think a fair price was. Thank you very much. Have a good one. Oh, don't forget, subscribe. I love when people subscribe to it. Check out my website, www.trev2323.com. And I'm going to do more videos for the boat now and fishing on the water and all that, and kind of fish I catch from there. Alright? Thank you. Bye-bye.